Okay guys, so yesterday I posted here a video about telling you a little bit more about myself and my journey and what I've been through till that point. And I have to say that after posting this, I had a little bit of a breakdown. um I was like not in a good energy today, and I didn't even know how to explain that and why. I was just like pissed. Everybody that tried to cheer me up, I was just like attacking back, and I was actually mad about myself for attacking back, and you know, not really in that state of mind that I want to be in, especially after posting a video like that yesterday, talking about how much everything is our choice, and you know, just knowing that everything's gonna be okay, and then having a breakdown a day after that. I just felt like I'm a fraud, I guess. I'm sure that I'm telling that I'm completely honest and like vulnerable with you guys, because I'm sure that somebody needs to hear it, and that a lot of people here can relate to that feeling. But you know what, it's also reminding me that I'm human and that it's okay, and you can be all the time in a state of mind of like perfect and everything is good and optimism, which is amazing. But you can be like, life is not like that. You have to also give yourself the opportunity and the capacity to understand that it's okay to break down sometimes. You know, it's just a matter of how long are you staying on the ground and when you're gonna rise up, and if you're gonna let it actually break you, or it's just like a meltdown and then you rise up even stronger. So that's what determines what kind of person are you. And you know, in times like that, I just love to just go to Starbucks, buy my coffee, do something for myself, cheer myself a little bit up. And obviously I have my journey, my journal, that I'm writing everything that I want. I'm doing challenging, I'm doing gratitude, I already told you that. And this book, oh my god, I'm highly recommending this one. And today the chapter was about clearing your resistance. And this chapter talked about the fact that we complicate everything in our life. What happens in life is simply frequency of events that we experience, right? Whether how we choose to accept and process these experiences and how we choose to react and feel about them, that's on our hand. That's our choice. And like, you can experience one thing that way, and you can experience that the whole freaking way. It can turn your world upside down just by you complicated things. And you know, yesterday, I'm sure that there's a lot of musicians that can relate to this feeling, that you have a lot of stress on you as an emerging artist. You need to do everything. I'm also reading right now a book of the music industry. I mean, on one hand, that's so important, and I'm so glad I'm doing that. But on the other hand, it's just stressing me out, because he just keeps telling about how many responsibilities there is on the artist, which I already know. But when he put in that, you know, black and white on the paper, I'm just like, oh my god, it's even more than I figure out. But I lost myself in the stress. You see, where was I? What? Okay, never mind. I'll go back to that after that. Okay, yeah. So yesterday, after posting the video, I had a lot of stress because I have an important session that I really want to bring my best self to this session, and I want to come prepare, and I want to bring a killer. You know what I mean? Like a song that is like a bomb. But I want it to be me. I don't want to lose me for trying to think about what can be successful. You know what I mean? So I need to find a way to combine both of them together, to stay loyal for myself and the music that I want to do, I want to hear, and also how can I bring it when I'm not losing myself to people, so they can relate in the best way. And I was just like sitting with my setup at home in my studio, trying to record, trying to do harmonies, trying to do everything, and in some point it just felt like it's not coming from my intentions anymore, and it's not coming from love anymore. It's coming from stress for trying to be best in this session, you know. And I was just like, I wasn't having fun anymore, and I felt frustrated, and then I felt like I'm fooling myself, and then I felt unmotivated, and that I don't have a muse. And I'm sitting on this track so much time by now, like almost 2 weeks that I'm sitting on this track, and I just like I don't feel like I'm bringing it the way that I wanted to bring it, and that's also can cause a frustration. So with all that being said, today I walked down with this feeling, and now after reading this book and this chapter, and after figuring out that I'm a freaking human, and it's okay to have meltdowns, and it's okay to be uninspired, and honestly it's okay to be exhausted. I felt exhausted today, but you know this moment that you choose to be so dramatic and you're like, that's it, I'm done. You know, like I have this dream in me. I can no longer live a life that don't really relate to this dream in part of the day. I'm not having fun with anything else except working towards my dreams. It's bringing you into some kind of stress, you know. It's not really healthy to live your dream like that. And I don't want to. Okay, I'm doing all this journey and all this sacrificing and moving to a whole different country, being here all by myself, all of that being said already in the last video, to be unhappy. I mean, am I really doing all of that to be unhappy? No. I'm doing all of that to live my dreams. That's what makes me happy. But my dreams, the destination, is not what's gonna make me happy. It's the journey towards doing that. That's what makes me happy. And I want to do this journey unstressed. I want to do it from the right place. I want to do it from love. And sometimes it can be confusing. And here you can see, like today, yesterday. But now I'm centering myself, and that's what important to, just like I said, have that, okay, moving on. And when you're dramatic and you're like, that's it, I can no longer do that, blah blah blah, inside of you, you still have this, you know, like this inner voice, inner self that's saying like, who the heck are you fooling right now when you're saying that? Like, giving up is never an option. So I'm telling you guys, if you have a dream, giving up is not an option. And it's okay feeling like you're fooling yourself sometimes, and it's okay to feel exhausted, and it's okay to have breakdowns, but it's only for coming back freaking stronger. And I want to have, like I said, this open line with you guys, that you can share everything that you're feeling. You can share your breakdowns, you can share your gratitude, you can share the best thing that happened to you today. Everybody with their dream, you know. I just want to tell you every day what I'm going through, what my conclusions. And today I just don't want to resist life experience. I don't want to miss all the presents and the present. I don't want to miss my dream. I don't want to miss my journey towards it. And right now I'm going to rehearse to some songs because I want to start performing. Isn't that excited? It is. So like, why making things complicated when they're actually very, very simple? You know, my book says something amazing. We did not come here to this amazing creation world to suffer. put it out of your mind. We're here to experience all this perfection, to have the opportunity to actually live and love and do what we want. Oh my God, so many kids here right now when I'm saying this emotional thing. So ironic, but still, it is true. You did not come here to suffer, my love. You did not. And whether we suffer or not, it's basically on our hands. And I'm here to remind you that. And you're here to remind me that. Well, that was kind of short today, but I'm so glad that I didn't really know like what I'm gonna talk about, and then I was just like, well, I'm just gonna be honest and tell them what happened today, you know. And I feel like that's the way we're gonna do that, because that's the most natural, honest, which is my guiding line, as I said. True blue, sapphire, true blue, honest. If that's not a brand, I don't know what is. So hit me up in the comments, guys. I really want to hear you. And yeah, to walk this journey with you guys. Love you all. And I'm just getting started, but I know that our community gonna grow. And I'm patient, I'm consistent. Even if one person is watching that, it means the word, you know. So yeah, love you. Have a nice